This Week in Politics on KSFY. Good evening, I'm Brian Allen. Two interesting conversations for you tonight. Coming up, she stepped into the national political spotlight amidst a national controversy surrounding her predecessor. Tonight, we'll spend some time catching up with Minnesota U.S. Senator Tina Smith. But we begin here tonight with a discussion that intersects the issues of public policy and public safety.
It is not our goal to be a political animal, but we understand that this last administration essentially woke a sleeping giant.
John Sarda is a board member with the Sioux Falls Fraternal Order of Police, the organization that represents more than 200 officers and sergeants within the Sioux Falls Police Department.
It had everything to do with what happened prior to this in our prior contract negotiations that involved the outgoing city administrator, the mayor.
In our interview, Sarda never mentioned Mike Huther by name, but did repeatedly make it clear that he blames the outgoing mayor for what he says is the big problem the Sioux Falls Police Department now faces.
He put public safety behind other things he felt was important. But we felt that we've been placed in a negative position, always struggling to play catch up.
To understand the problem the FOP says exists, you need to understand how the city of Sioux Falls determines what to pay police officers. For years, the city has been part of a workplace study comparing salaries with a handful of other cities all across America. Sarda says Sioux Falls has settled on a 50% formula for paying police officers, essentially finding the middle range between the lowest and highest paying cities in this study. But even with that formula in place, Sarda says Sioux Falls is paying officers at least 5% less than that average, which places Sioux Falls Police at a competitive disadvantage when it comes to recruiting new officers.
It is a competitive race to attract the best and the brightest. We feel like the city administration, by taking that stance, put all of us in a position where we struggled. We feel we do find some really good quality candidates, but we also struggle to find that large group. Our numbers are dwindling.
Salary issues affect not only the recruitment of new officers, but the retention of existing officers. And further complicating matters, a change in the retirement system for Sioux Falls Police. Officers used to be covered under a city retirement program, but are now covered by a retirement program overseen and maintained by the state. Meaning, a Sioux Falls officer could be recruited by another department in the state and not lose any retirement earnings. Good news for the officer, but bad news for the department.
A Sioux Falls police officer who's been in Sioux Falls for, let's say, 5 years can transfer to Aberdeen, for example, make a very competitive salary. Cost of living, I would imagine, would be just a little bit less. They probably don't have to handle the amount of call volume that we do and run into the things that we do, and probably have a more flexible schedule.
On top of recruitment and retention, Sarda says the Sioux Falls Police Department is roughly 30 officers short when compared to other cities its size. With 8 years of frustration with the city's political leaders, the Fraternal Order of Police did something this mayoral election cycle that they had never done before. They hosted a debate with the runoff candidates, one I moderated. Sarda says they didn't do this to flex any type of political muscle, but does say they wanted to send a message.
We feel that we are behind, and if we don't catch up quickly, we're never going to catch up.
Mayor-elect Tenhaken met with the FOP during the runoff election season, but has not met with them again since winning the election. Sarda says Tenhaken told them that he supported Sioux Falls Police and would work to help them fix what they say is wrong.
We will hold the mayor accountable for the things that he said to us. We're not expecting something to change overnight. What we're expecting is a gradual loosening of the grip so that quality people can lead their organizations in the direction that they really know.
John Sarda with the Sioux Falls Fraternal Order of Police.